Shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name of the Father, Yahushai being the name of his only begotten Son, who the Lord Igli calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, and Tasha's truth and will well, and citations to hopefully pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yawasop, because listen to Spirit Power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and this lesson's going into the Passover. The Passover begins tonight at evening. So wherever you are, when the sun sets, just know the Passover has begun. It's going to be heavy here in the Midwest, over here in Missouri, approximately around 1 o'clock in the morning. And there will be another sign in the heavens as well. During the Passover, you're going to see a blood moon. Okay, so this is very heavy time. Brothers can feel the energy through the Spirit. It's going to be a big shift. There's going to be a lot of mass judgment that's going to take place. And this also starts the real, actual New Year. Okay, the New Year's Day was not in January. It's in the month of Abib within the scriptures, which the Lord says at the beginning of the Passover marks the new year. And with the new year, it's going to come new beginnings. Okay, so it's going to be a change of events, a shift within the earth and spiritually. And there's been a lot of stuff going on, heavy sifting taking place before the Passover has even started. And we're starting off with a blood moon, bringing in the new year, the Hebrew year. So that's heavy. That's very heavy. And there's been blood moons that's been prominent. I believe there's even been a blood moon at the time of Yahushua was crucified. It wouldn't surprise me if, during that time period they saw a blood moon too. So we're ushering in a true new age. And at the tail end of the Passover is when the death angel came forth and began to smite the wicked. So the Lord, kept us during all the plagues and protected us that hit ancient Egypt, all 10 plagues. And we were witnessing judgment happen all around us, and witnessing agonizing screams and sufferings and death, and smelling the death of Egypt from the stink of the blood rivers and the animals passing. That was a very horrific time, but the Lord delivered us from it all. And not only that, he led us to the promised land. Us, meaning the hopeful elect, the nation of Israel, he protected. So we're supposed to honor him and remembering, how he had mercy and came and deliver us. So we're to do this ceremony every year. The Lord says to keep it forever. Okay, and Lord's will, this be the last Passover that we have to keep in this captivity. Lord's will, when the next one comes, we'll be delivered, in the kingdom. We're praying that this is the hopeful year of Yahushua's return, man. And may Jacob's trouble come full-fledged, full forth. May this economy collapse, and may judgment hit this wicked nation called America for the sins that is done continually that have reached unto heaven. Okay, so we got some precepts that's going to go into the Passover real quick and give you some, just a little bit of instruction here. Okay, if you have it or you have the ability to get one, get you a menorah. You can even buy them smaller. You might look up your local, religious store. Even Christian stores may sell them. Get you one in there and get you some birthday candles you can put in there. They usually make them with that fit like the birthday candles, or regular candles like mine. Mine uses traditional candles. Okay, you want to get you a ram's horn and get you a Torah. Okay, get you an Old Testament, the scroll version, if you can. If not, you can just use your King James Version Bible for the Passover as well. Okay, so once you have those things, you also want to get you some lamb. Okay, and here you see we have lamb that's prepared. We chose to buy some lamb already prepared, but or you can roast it yourself. Either cook it in the oven. If you don't have a grill, you can cook it in the oven, or you can roast it with actual fire on the grill. Cook it well done. okay? And make you some unleavened bread, which unleavened bread, all it is flour and water is all you need, man. Flour and water and a little bit of oil, okay? You just get you some flour in a bowl, gradually add a little bit of water at a time as you mix it until it comes into a form of a ball, and knead it. Knead it for about 1 minute, pressing it, folding it over, pressing it again, folding over. Roll it out into shapes of tortillas with a roll pin and throw it on the skillet. Okay, it's very easy to make unleavened bread. And if you can't do that, you can go to your local grocery store and just purchase some Mission. I buy the brand called Mission, corn tortillas. All right, just plain corn tortillas. Look at the back. Make sure it doesn't have any yeast in it or baking soda or baking powder or any leavening agent. Just get some corn tortillas and use that as your unleavened bread. Eat the lamb in haste with your shoes on your feet. Send up prayers and follow Exodus 12. Okay. It is also going to be considered a Shabbat. So try to do all your cooking before the sun goes down and get it all done. And tomorrow's a day of rest. Treat tomorrow as a day of rest. Okay. So let's grab some scriptures. This is the book of Luke, chapter 22, verses, we'll start here. All right, we'll start at verse 11. It says, "And ye shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber, where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There make ready." Okay, so get the room that you intend on, eating with whoever is going to be at the time of the Passover with you. Make sure that room is prepared. Okay. It says, "And ye shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber, where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There make ready. And they went and found as he had said unto them, and they made ready the Passover. And when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 disciples with him. And he said unto them, With desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of Yahweh. And he took the cup and gave it thanks and said, Take this and divide it amongst yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of Yahweh shall come. And he took bread and gave thanks and brake it and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me." Okay, so doing the Passover ceremony is how you actually honor the Lord's only begotten Son. It's not by celebrating Christmas. The one holiday which you're supposed to do for the Lord, a lot of you Christians want to say, "Oh, I'm doing Christmas for Jesus, it represents his birth." No. The only thing he told us to do, to remember him by, is partaking in the Passover, which with the Christian church likes to refer to as communion, but they don't even fully do the whole thing. Okay? The Passover is what you're supposed to do, man. It says, "Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament of my blood, which is shed for you. But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goeth as it was determined, but woe unto that man by whom he is betrayed." Okay, so destruction is unto those that have betrayed us. So they're also going to see after this Passover and during the Passover, mass judgment taking place by those that have betrayed the Lord's chosen, his prophets, his disciples, the Hebrew Israelites that's been laboring in this truth and teaching the full doctrine. And the ones that got the full doctrine, the correct doctrine, has been pushing it, is great millstone. And those that teach the same doctrine are great millstone. So anybody that has been betrayed, the Lord's chosen, okay, the scriptures say woe unto him. Woe means destruction. So this is a time period, okay, where, the wicked are going to begin to get judged. Further instructions of the Passover. Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. The first month of the year to you. Okay? Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to him every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. So on day 10, it's about time where you should have purchased your lamb. Okay? It says, And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Okay, so everybody that's supposed to be partaking in this Passover, the heads are supposed to be counted to make sure you got enough of it to make sure everyone gets some of that. Okay, and you can go with somebody else to help buy it. You know, it says, Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat. So you can either get lamb or you can go get goat, either one. Okay, now we don't have the ability to get a lamb without blemish here, unless you've been blessed to live with your own property, you know, you kind of homesteading and you have livestock of your own, then that's different. But most of us don't. So we got to do what we got, and what we got is basically the store. We go to the store and we get our lamb. Okay. It says, And ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. The whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and, okay, going up, it says, and they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Okay, so you put the blood on your doorposts. You can literally do this today if you want to, but it's not completely necessary today because the blood that was shed for us is the blood of Yahushua. So by calling upon his name and believing in him, you know, that's the way that we put our blood spiritually on our doorposts today. So some of you might not even have access to lamb. You might not be able to get it. We're just not blessed like that to where we have our own stuff. So you might go to the store and they might not have any lamb there. You know, Lord isn't going to strike you down if you're not able to get a lamb, you know, but you want to try to if you can. If you can, go ahead and do it. Okay? It says, And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast it with fire and unleavened bread. And with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Okay, so get your lamb, get your bitter herb. Your bitter herb is basically your horseradish root. That's extremely bitter. You can even shave some of that and cook it with the lamb, cook it on the lamb. You know, different bitter herbs, spices, season it, okay, and get you a horseradish root. When you eat that root, that bitter herb, it reminds you of that captivity that we were in. So it's a part of the ceremony to bite and consume the bitter herb. Okay, it says, Eat not of it raw, nor sodden it all with water. So you can't boil it. It says specifically to cook it with fire and make sure it's well done. His head with his legs and the pertinence thereof, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning, ye shall burn with fire. So eat all of it, what you purchase. And if you're too full and you can't finish none of it, the rest of it in the morning, go ahead, burn it. It says, Thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded and your shoes on your feet. So you need to be fully clothed. Don't be just walking in there with no shirt on. You're looking sloppy, you know. Get some clothes on. If you're a prophet and you got a garment with the fringes, you know, make sure you throw your garment on. You know, eat it with your loins girded, your pants on, and have shoes on your feet, and have a staff in your hand. It says, And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. So eat it quickly. Okay, and this is a solemn assembly. It's considered a serious assembly. This is no way, shape, or form a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner or a party. You shouldn't be having bottle girls serving like Sakari did. You know, you shouldn't be having matchmaking sessions like IUIC does and a bunch of music and everybody kicking in and partying and dancing. No, that's not what the Passover, that is not what our ancestors did. They took it at the point to where they didn't know if they was going to die or not. They had to have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahushai was going to protect them. They were seeing death all around them, and they knew that they had to hightail out of Egypt, you know, after the Passover was complete. That death angel came and smitten all the firstborn, and all them people screaming and suffering and wailing behind their children being gone. They wanted us dead. They wanted us dead, you know, so we had to eat in haste. We had to make the bread, unleavened bread, which is something that's also made very quickly in haste. We had to have our shoes on our staff, and we had to be ready to roll. Okay? Because as soon as that death angel was done, that was it. Everyone around you that did not partake in the Passover, that got that judgment, they were looking at us to blame for it. So it wasn't a celebration time. Yes, we celebrated once we made it to the promised land, and after, you know, the Lord protected us and closed up the sea on the wicked. But other than that, during the actual Passover ceremony itself, it was solemn. It was serious. The Lord refers to it as a solemn assembly. Okay? Verse 12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it for a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations, and ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. So we're instructed to keep it forever, man. Okay, so by keeping the Passover, what are we doing? We're putting that blood on our doorposts. We're praying that the Lord pass over us when it's time to execute the judgment. It says, 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Okay, so for 7 days, that's what sunset tonight. You shouldn't have no baking soda, no yeast, no baking powder in your house. Those are leavening agents. You basically remove it. And any bread you may already have made that you may have store bought, any baked goods, just go ahead, take it out, stuff it in the cooler, and remove it out of your home. You know, or you can put in, like we do, we just put it in our trunk of our vehicles. You know, just that way it's out of the house. So you don't accidentally consume anything that may have leaven. Okay? It says, and the first day shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation. Shall be a holy convocation to you. Do no manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Okay, so first day, you have a holy convocation, meaning you have a gathering. Typically the brothers link up, you know, or if you may not have brothers around you, just whoever's in your household, you host a ceremony. The first day and the last day, you do the ceremony. And on the day that we read out with Luke 22, that was on the last day, because they said they were killing the Passover, you know, so that's when you have a ceremony. Okay? And you're supposed to treat it like a Sabbath. So no working. If you're able to not work. It says, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. So we're commanded to keep this Passover. Of all the holidays you've been told to keep in America, why is it that they never told you you're supposed to keep the Passover? Because this is the place of the wicked. Okay? This is Babylon the Great. This is the place of judgment. And so it's done everything opposite of the scriptures. So you've been convinced that it's okay to do birthdays and New Year's and all these holidays, but a lot of y'all haven't even done the Passover at all. But if you're coming across this video and it was meant for you, so take heed to this and try to partake in it in the best of your ability. It's still, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here, so you still got plenty of time to, run to, the store real quick, go to your grocery store that sells lamb, get the lamb, get you some oil to anoint yourself with, some wine, and get you them corn tortillas, and go ahead to the best of your ability to keep the Passover. Okay, if you can bear it. Some of you brothers, you may be in situations where you're living with family members that are non-believers. You can't make them commit to do the Passover. Now, you're more than welcome to tell them about it, but more than likely they don't support anything about this truth, and they're not going to like what you're involved in. So they're not going to care. They're going to keep having bread in the house and all that other stuff. So will the Lord smite you down if they do that and you're living there? No, he won't. Okay, he knows this is our land of our captivity, and we're just doing the best that we can. So mainly what you want to do is spiritually partake in the Passover. Maybe if you got your own room, get the leaven out of your room, just do what you can, man. You do what you can. Try to get you, some wine, or maybe you don't have wine, you could have grape juice, they're both made from grapes, so get you some of that and partake in the Passover, man. It represents cutting out the leaven, meaning cutting out wickedness that may be plaguing your spirit. So this is a time of new beginnings. Okay? Renew yourself, renew your mind through the Spirit, and meditate on the Lord's judgment and pray for mercy. Pray he have mercy upon you and he pass over you. And then deliver you. Okay? It says, verse 17, it says, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. So each day, go ahead and just eat a slice of corn tortilla or something. Or if you make your own leavened bread, try to eat a little bit each day. This doesn't mean that this is the only thing that you eat. Don't get confused. Okay, it's just mainly the first day, you're going to eat the lamb, unleavened bread, the wine. Okay, and whatever, maybe have you a nice little salad with it. All the rest of the days, don't eat anything leavened, and maybe eat you a piece of unleavened bread throughout the week, each day. Okay, and give thanks and praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, it says, 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. So you don't want to eat anything leavened, and you don't want to spiritually consume anything leavened either. So you should stay away from doctrine, stay away from any pagan holidays, whatever these people got going on. Separate yourself from it. Separate yourself. Purify yourself for these 7 days to the best of your ability. It says, ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Okay, it says, then Moses called for all the elders of the Israel and said unto them, draw out and take your lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. Okay, so that also might mean starting the Passover. So Salakia, it could have been the first day or the last day that Yahushai did the ceremony. But so he said, draw and take your lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel at the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. So once that ceremony has begun, stay your ass at home, man. You don't go out and have no party and celebration. Take it serious that you could get in a deathly accident. The death angel is present during that night. Okay? So take it serious. It says, for Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood on the lintel and on the 2 side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. There you go, man. And it says, and it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which Yahweh will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. So we're still supposed to keep the Passover. Okay, so that's the instructions for the Passover. You know, take it serious. Pray, meditate, send up prayers often during these next 7 days. And tonight and the last day of the Passover as well. Make sure you have a holy convocation. So with that, Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, the honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, Tasha's truth and will. His salutations to Jehovah, like pushing his truth and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.